Yo, what's up, guys? Today we have another trade recap on how I made exactly 0 euros. Zero. Looks like I hit full take profit, but I actually got stopped out on break even. But let me just go through the trade. Let me show you real quick. This is the first trade back on my funded account again. So one trade, 0 euros, break even. Man, now to show you real quick, today was I traded London session because during New York session it's a bank holiday. Okay, so there's still opportunity for us to trade during London session since the market isn't open for New York session, of course. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be very careful. I'm not gonna expect too much from the market. I'm just gonna wait for like a really good entry, a really high quality setup, and then we'll see from there. Okay, let's see what happens. And from the moment that market actually opened, which was for London session at my place, was right over here, we instantly went to these previous day highs. Well, I say previous day, but they are from Friday, so last week's Friday highs. We actually had a liquidity sweep, and we actually created some pretty nice uh, we created like a pretty nice inverse value gap right over here on the 3 minute, also on, if I'm correct, on the 5 minute. Yes, and we actually got a change in the state of delivery. So we swept previous day highs. We have a higher time frame delivery from a 15-minute fair value gap, and then we also had the confluence. This change in the state of delivery was right over here. And now you might say, okay, so you probably entered off these. No, I didn't. It went here, candle closed, the next candle opened, and I kind of hesitated or something. I did hesitate, and then this candle shot up, and then it just kept going up and up and up. So I was like, okay, wait, let's see what's gonna happen. And then it kept going up and up and up. Now the thing is, once that happens, you shouldn't be done. Okay, depending on your strategy, you shouldn't be like, okay, this is not gonna work out. The setup is not there anymore, because you can always go for an internal liquidity sweep, so like a retrace liquidity sweep, which is exactly what happened. We went up again, we swept the same two candles that swept previous day highs, Friday highs, and then we also had still the volume from the 50-minute fair value gap, which created a double 1 minute inversion. 1 minute inverse fair value gap. Also, a really small 5 minute inverse fair value gap. Where was it? Yeah, right over here. A really small one. It's really precise. And nothing much on the 3 minute, which is unfortunate. But we got the 1 minute inversion and we got a change in state of delivery. Now I entered and price just started moving. It went towards my T3. And then eventually it decided to go up. It hit my break even point and then it just started chopping more and more and more and more. Now when I was still here, I didn't move my stop loss yet, okay? But if I look at for how long this has been chopping, so let's say the chop started from somewhere around here all the way to until I got stopped out, that's already yeah, from here. That's 2 hours and 12 minutes, okay? It's 2 hours and 12 minutes of just pure chop. Now I was kind of thinking about, okay, how is this gonna play out? What is logical? Okay, we're bearish on the day. We have a setup. Price wants to go down, but it just chops around. And we also have US bank holidays, and we're trading the GBP USD. So does it make sense that it's chopping? Yes, it does, because there's not a lot of volume in the market, because there's a bank holiday. The closer we get to the bank holiday, the less volume there will be. At least that's what I thought. So eventually, after like 2 hours of chop, I placed my stop loss to break even. We were somewhere around here. I placed my stop loss to break even, and then I got stopped out. Price went down a little bit, it went back up again, and then it just collapsed down. So I missed my take profit, but I was more listening to what was, what was I thinking? What was playing in the back of my mind? What did I think that was the logical move to make right now? So to be honest, I'm not sad that I missed out on the entry on the trade. because it would have been a nice 1 to 2 risk to reward. I'm not sad about it. It's just that probably should have been a bit patient, or shouldn't have placed um, my break even point, because to be honest, my break even point would have just been this one, and it already hit. And for me to actually place a break even point, if I wanted to, it should have had a retrace to that point, but it didn't. But it's okay, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But hey, I called it. I called it. It would have been a nice trade. Um, so yeah, no loss, no W, just a break even trade. We had a nice A plus setup. So yeah, nothing much to complain about. And also, what I was targeting were these Asia session lows, and they were also equal lows. At first, actually, I was like, okay, let me just target this one, this low, because if we go to the 1 hour, it also sticks out. But I was like, you know what, bro? We have US bank holiday. There's not a lot of volume in the market. Um, let's see, and we also have this huge fair value gap right over here on the 15 minute, and on the 5 minute there are even more fair value gaps, so there's a lot for price to react off, so I'm not going to risk it. Okay. And also, if I looked on, to be honest, when I entered the market, I was both bearish and bullish, because on the daily it doesn't really go anywhere, on the 4 hour it doesn't really go anywhere, on the 1 hour it doesn't really go anywhere. So multiple inversions, multiple value gaps getting respected, disrespected. So there wasn't really much of a direction for me to choose to go to. So I was bearish, because on the lower time frame, these confluences got hit. I saw the price was more drawn to this liquidity. I actually am waiting for this setup right over here. I know that this is going to be a very nice setup to the downside, if it's going to play out, of course, if it doesn't break through it. But anyway, yeah, again, pretty happy with the trade, break even trade. We'll see what's going to happen tomorrow. If we look at what's going to happen tomorrow, we have claimant count change and average earnings index at 8 in the morning. So I don't think that should be something to be too worried about. And then we have at 2:30 p.m., which is pre-market for USD, the Empire State Manufacturing Index, orange folder, nothing too bad. So, I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, quick little recap. I got tired of actually sitting on my desk, in my desk chair, so I decided to just sit somewhere where it's a bit more comfortable. The bed. I usually don't record videos in my bed, but fuck it, who cares? And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in 2 days.